Hi, this is Joseph. It is Monday, October 26, 2015, and we're going to review some of the trade setups that we're looking for as far as the Asian session is concerned. And then we've got quite a bit of economic data that can have a pretty good impact on some of the price action that we see with most of the currency pairs that we're trading, specifically some continuation breakout trades. What I want to really focus here on, though, was the last trade that we took here on the pound dollar. What I was doing here was trading another breakout trade. This was a trade to the upside. This was obviously, if I switch to the 1 hour time frame, these are not the right indicators that I normally use for the 1 hour time frame, but this is the signal candle that closed above that short-term resistance. Now, I didn't expect as normal the normal price target that we're usually trading to on these continuation breakout trades, because the range, as far as I was concerned at that time, was going to be relatively tight. And it is overall. We've got 153.80, 1.5380 as a high from yesterday, and then we've got that low down here at 53.05. That's a relatively tight trading range. I mean, for the most part, it is, obviously 75, 80 pips, but again, we're still looking at a relatively tight trading range. If we go back to Friday's trading action, the price action, we've got that high and that low, and everything today happened inside of Friday's price range, the high and the low there. So again, that's why I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. So when we got into this trade again here at 1.5353 approximately, it was just a matter of trading it to a psychological level and then not expecting a whole lot more. So we earned approximately 14 pips on this trade here, and then I was done just because of the entry point that I was able to get filled at, and then where I'd actually taken profits. Now, at this point, I had mentioned that we were looking for some possible continuation breakout trades. We've got some economic data this week that can have an impact on these currencies that we're trading. So if I go to the 1 hour time frame, that's really where I'm looking for the breakouts to occur. The 30-minute time frame is what I use to identify these the short-term trades, like the Tech 1 trade, which are bounces off of support and resistance, and the HL30 trade. Now, if we go to the dollar yen here, this obviously is in an uptrend, and let me go ahead and open this up one more click. We've got this price swing low from last week right here, where this X is. That's a pretty significant support level. Obviously, we have a brand new low for the week, but we're still looking at this overall price swing. This is a very clean price swing, and so is this along with this retracement. There's two levels that I'm looking at. So if this range of consolidation continues for the next couple of days, let's say with this low from this week here at 120.59 approximately, and then the high up here at, what is that? 121.50. That's my overall consolidation range. That's a pretty good range. Remember, we don't want a consolidation range that's too tight or too small from the high to the low, because if it's too small, let's say 55 pips or less, it could usually will lead to a false breakout. Price might close outside of that range and then come right back down inside of consolidation, depending on which direction it breaks in. But this is a pretty good significant trend or trending move here, and until price or a candle closes below that support level, and then this one here, if we follow along with the A, B, C price swing, we've got this C then turning into a new A. So that's really the last significant price swing level that I would be looking at, which is this one here where that X is. This one, if it does close below that support level and there's no indicator confirmation, if a candle closes below 120.59, then I won't short it right into that level right there, because it might move down just a little bit and then bounce right back up again. So it's possible that the next best opportunity would just be to wait for price to come down here and bounce off of that support level. That support level right there is 120.22. These are just a couple of different scenarios that I'm sort of outlining for the next couple of trading days. It doesn't mean that any one of these are actually going to happen, because we could actually see a 1 hour candle close above this resistance point with some economic data, and we could trade it back up again if the trend is going to continue and resume a lot higher. The next obvious trade would be the consolidation here that we see on the euro dollar. So again, going back to try to look for consolidation. Now, this is a good example because I want to show you exactly what I do if the ranges are too tight, the consolidation range. Remember, I need the continuation breakout trade to set up on the 1 hour time frame. So we have last week's low right here at approximately 0998 or 97, right around that level right there. And then we have a high up here at 60. Well, that is more than 55 pips. But if it's not, or if a candle closes, let's say, above this resistance point, but there's no indicator confirmation, you can see already a little bit of divergence here in the CCI. It really depends on when it happens. But if there was divergence here in the indicators and it just spikes up a little bit higher and then pulls back down, then that would force me to make adjustments to my resistance level. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a consolidation range that has a total range of maybe even 80, 90, even 120 pips. That's okay as long as it's a solidified consolidation range with a very defined high and low. And again, if these candles start closing outside of this range and there is no confirmation with the indicators, it would most likely hint to me that it might be a false move and price would come back down. If I was to sell it at resistance or buy it at support, in other words, a bounce off of either one of these two levels, then I would just simply look at or look for the opportunity to trade that Tech 1 trade or the HL30. Those are other opportunities outside of waiting for the consolidation range to break. So right now, this is what I have as far as my consolidation range here on the euro dollar. We've got that high up here at approximately 69 and that low down there at approximately 98. It's just a matter of waiting for the break to occur. They're pretty much the same thing. If we look here on the dollar Swiss, I did not trade this any higher here on the dollar Swiss because I could see that it was running into some resistance. And in my mind, it just looked like it was, and I refer to this as more or less like a blow off move where it's just going to spike up maybe 15, maybe 13, 17 pips, something like that, just to sort of bait traders to go long. And then we'll see a more significant retracement. I don't know that we're going to see a strong retracement just yet. But what I'm looking at, if we go to the 4-hour chart, you can see some of these other resistance points here. We've got one right here from a few weeks ago. That high right there is at approximately, let me go ahead and get that level for you. That was on September 25th, and that high is 0.9843 approximately. And that's what I was looking at this morning. I didn't want to trade that any higher over the last couple of hours because it looked like it was just sort of going to most likely run into that resistance level and then pull back away. Now, there is another level just up here, just to the left of the screen, and that level is at 0.9101 or approximately that psychological level up there, that 9900 level. It is possible that price might test that, but I don't know if we're going to see a significant retracement and then a bounce back up again. So I'm waiting. I'm really waiting for the next opportunity to trade this, possibly something like a Tech 1 trade or an HL30. I don't have the signals just yet, but I am waiting for those opportunities. So that's really what I'm looking for over the next couple of trading sessions, probably some HL30s. I'm not sure that we're going to see breakouts until maybe late Tuesday or Wednesday. But again, on the breakouts, I need for these breakouts to occur on the 1 hour time frame. This is the dollar yen, so we'll be keeping a close look on this one. And one of the other reasons is that the dollar yen, it is in most cases hypersensitive to US economic data. And that is something that could potentially give us an opportunity. And if it doesn't line up correctly here, meaning that I get full indicator confirmation or on the signal, a solid indicator confirmation to trade it, it might still give me a clue as far as the direction, because that happens very often. Like last week, we had that move and that breakout to the upside on the dollar Swiss before we actually saw the euro dollar breakout with the Eurozone and Mario Draghi's statement on Thursday. The setup and the breakout to the upside occurred here on the dollar Swiss, which was really like a pre-indicator. It gave us an idea or a clue as far as which direction to get ready for, and that's why I was able to immediately go long the dollar Swiss and then sell the euro dollar right after his comments. It was a relatively easy trade, and I got the signal, but I had to wait for the actual entry. So what I'm getting at is the dollar yen could probably do the same thing. I'm not saying that it's going to. It's just a possibility that if I don't trade the dollar yen and you don't see that reaction, if I don't execute a trade there, but you see me trade, let's say the euro dollar or the dollar yen or something like that, or I'm sorry, the dollar Swiss or maybe even the pound dollar, whatever it is that I trade, if I don't trade the dollar yen, it is because I'm using it as another form of confirmation to the news, and it might give me a signal just before I actually get trade signals on any of the other currency pairs. So I'll do the next update right after the New York trading session on Tuesday. And so far for the month of October, we've only had one losing trade, and we expect to close this month extremely strong. So Leave that trade copier running. I'll keep on trading for you, and I'll be looking for every good opportunity I can. If you like this video and you want to get more information about these trading strategies, please click the subscribe button so that you can get instant notification when I put up a brand new video tutorial. Or you can visit my website right now by clicking the Visit My Website button, and I have some free trading manuals for you and extra video lessons with some special discount offers to use my Forex Signal service that will automatically execute all of these trades for you onto your MT4 account.